for the Guyanese people them, for the black man, coolie man, and the Amerindian man, for listen to. This video might it long, but I want you guys to listen it out to the end. You see, for art, it have two type of people that fight for govern art, this universe. It have politicians and it have leaders. A politician is a person who impress his people them, slavery people them, for live large. A politician, when he win one election, he think about winning the next one tomorrow. A politician don't think about the people. A politician think about the self, friends and family, and to enriching the self. From the amount of money that I can't even live out, generation to generation, can't live it out. Now they can't take it off of earth. A leader is a person who lead the people out of poverty. A leader is a person who fight for the people them and the generation to come. So when we dead and gone, the future generation them to come must live a happy and more peaceful life. Like what Imran Traore do in a Burkina Faso. Big up to Imran Traore first thing. Big up to man like Imran Traore. The only country in Africa right now free from the colonizer and the slave master them is Burkina Faso. The only country independent is Burkina Faso. Big up to Imran Traore. Let's go for the next video. So the Guyanese people, why y'all listen to this, where y'all vote for. This is not me talking it. This is the analysts them. The same American by your government already all the time. Every Thursday on the press conference, he talk about American, this and American sanction, man, American. Boy, them jagger never talk like that. Everything is American, like American running Guyana. You see? Listen to the same American people that saying it now. Are you listening to this? Listen it right out, my people there.
Guys, hear me out and then tell me I told you so. Days ago, in a video on our channel, I pretty much explained what Vice President Jack Dio and President Irfan Ali are telling the public does not add up. And I'm referring to their claims about the reason behind the local banks' closure of Win Party candidates' bank accounts. Well, it looks like the government has been exposed. Stick around and find out who has the government rethinking their strategy on the 1001 ways to paint Azzuddin Mohammed as the villain of the century as he competes to dethrone the PPP government at the September 1 elections. You know what?
People, in this new millennium, we have technology, we have satellite phone, television. And the government is still trying to play dirty. We're watching everything. What a guan. We can't just what a guan. We fought parents them in a slavery. They didn't have technology. They didn't have satellite phone and television. Now we generation in this new millennium. But we can educate ourselves. We can watch what guan for the internet. And they're still trying to lie to we. Listen to this. Are you listen?
Watching the Final Takeaway Podcast edition, where we unpack what's behind the headlines and we do take a laid-back approach to discussing trending topics. As a reminder, subscribe for updates if you're tracking this story. What if
the government lying upon the Americans government and the American government defending themselves. Listen to what the ambassador said. She defend America, what Jack do them say. They lie upon the people, them to the public, to the world. Why you watch? Listen to this.
Tell you again, the U.S. sanctions do not apply to banks in Guyana or their financial transactions with the We Invest in Nationhood Party Win candidates. As a matter of fact, forget about what I'm saying for a moment. You'll hear directly from the U.S. ambassador to Guyana herself. Next, we'll walk you through Irfan Ali and Barrett Jack Dio's statements to Guyanese on why several banks have cut ties with individuals who are associated with Mohammed or his political party. Are you ready? Let's get to it.
We were not consulted. We were not asked. We have no opinion on the matter. The banks here make their own decisions.
That right there is a clear and unequivocal rebuttal of Ali and Jack Dios's claims that the banks made their decisions solely on de-risking to comply with local and international banking regulations and to supposedly avoid law enforcement actions by the United States in relation to the 2024 sanctions placed on Azruddin Mohammed and his father by the Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control, or OFAC. Let's bring in Vice President Jack Dio first.
You think any bank here would put the depositors' money or the people's money at risk because of a few people, accounts that are associated with the Mohammeds? They have to do this. They have to de-risk themselves. Because when those banks globally say, you have these people here, that's a US sanctioned man, and people who are linked to him, they could suspend their correspondent banking relations. They can't transfer $1 abroad.
President Ali also expressed similar sentiments to Jack Dio as late as a few days ago at a rally.
More young people will receive letters of closures of their account from other banks. We want to.
When they were supporting him, they were different. Now they're part of a formal organization headed by a US sanctioned individual. The banks have no choice whatsoever, or else they would lose their business with the US. That's the end of the banks.
The global community said to you, if by association you go this way, there will be penalties. They're blaming the government. We have nothing to do with that. We want to.
So after hearing all of this, I want to ask you guys a few key questions. And feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Question 1. Is it at all possible, even remotely possible, that government officials are feeding the citizens of Guyana hogwash? Hogwash. Question 2. Are they misrepresenting the contents of the OFAC sanctioned documents to mislead the public or spread fear among the Guyanese? They believe.
Hear that? Brainwash. The ambassador of the defense yourself now. You see, my she change him out no, because first she said they could have deal with Mohammed, but I see the power Mr. Mohammed now. So you see she change, everybody change the board now, no. Listen what go on here. Guyanese people, listen to this, listen to the end, listen to the Guyanese people.
Who they believe can be easily manipulated or gaslighted. And I guess you know what gaslighting means. It means someone telling you things to make you doubt what you have seen, what you have heard, what you have read, etc., etc. And gaslighters, who are usually narcissistic individuals, usually double down and call you out when you doubt what they tell you. And then they further gaslight you to make you think like you're going crazy, like you're losing your memory, like you didn't read what you read or saw what you saw, okay? So all of that, gaslighting is also a manipulation tactic that is used by narcissists, gaslighters, sociopaths, and of course it is used a lot in politics by politicians.
Hear that? It's used by politicians. So that is what the vice president using against we the nation, brainwashing reality here. Now me assessor, the analyst, the same American assessor. But the vice president talk about every Thursday. People listen, people are stupid, people listen every Thursday. I listen.
Who want to brainwash the citizens? Question 3. Do you think this is all maliciousness and vindictiveness to suppress Mohammed's run for the presidency? And last but not least, question 4. Is it possible that the government sent out a memo to the banks ordering them to take these steps or face consequences? You heard for yourself. The ambassador contradicts the ongoing rhetoric by Guyana government officials, which were also peddled by the Attorney General and other officials. Let's hear more from Ambassador Terrio.
There is absolutely no association. The OFAC sanctions are for the U.S. They're the U.S. government, and they pertain solely to what happens in the United States and business being done in the United States. The decision by the banks here was entirely independent.
Yeah, here.
It was through a press release published on June 11, 20...
Guyanese, people, are you here? Are you listening? So I see why you vote for a liar government. This is the kind of thing I listen to every Thursday for the press conference. I listen to American people, ambassador defending themselves. Because should look if it's them, put the bank under pressure against Mr. Mohammed. I see what going on? Lies, that was a politician do, lie to the people. It got different between politicians and leaders.
24. That OFAC officially announced it had sanctioned Azardin and his father for alleged crimes and public corruption that occurred in Guyana. And of course, if you don't know or you do remember, that a PPP government official, a female named May Thomas, was also sanctioned along with the Mohammeds. But moving on, days ago in a previous video, I pointed out that the published OFAC documents that I've seen and read said absolutely nothing about Guyana banks or other financial institutions facing the risk of sanction, penalties, or any other form of trouble for doing business with Mohammed or persons associated with Mohammed, such as his party candidates. They include those individuals whose bank accounts have already been unceremoniously and unilaterally closed by financial institutions in Guyana, such as Demerara Bank, the New Building Society Limited, the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry, and Citizens Bank. We're also told that other banks plan to do the same. Whether their actions are just or unjust, or in violation of banking rules or clients' rights, is a matter for the courts. We understand that one or more Win Party candidates plan to sue or have already initiated legal action against one or more of these banks. It would be interesting to see a class action against these banks. And make no mistake, Guyanese are not ignorant. Guyanese read, Guyanese understand, Guyanese have sense. And especially in this age of technology, when you could simply look up something and read for yourself, of course from credible sources, it is a bit more difficult for someone to gaslight you or tell you something that is wholly untrue, or tell you something that is partially true. You can literally do your own research and suss things out. So yes, this type of conduct by the government isn't sitting well with free-thinking individuals. And all of this is happening because the banks are supposedly protecting themselves from getting sanctioned or blocked by the US and OFAC for having financial links to Mohammed through his party candidates? Wow. Okay, you really can't make this stuff up. Now, let's talk about the main sanction implications in terms of who and what it affects, and whether or not it is true that candidates of the We Invest in Nationhood party can be lawfully or vicariously, that means through another individual, the individual would be
Guyanese people.